Cena's Corner.
Alright guys, what's going on? So the number one question I have been asked for the last year and a half is, why did I switch to a Mac? I then promised I would do a video on why I switched to a Mac, and I never got around to it because of my schedule. So now I have a little bit of time. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about why I switched to a Mac after over 20 years plus of using a PC. Before I begin, I just want to say this is not a bash PC, or I should say Microsoft or Apple video. If you must do that, move on. I will delete the comments. This is simply a video letting you know why I switched. Maybe some of you guys out there on the fence want to know why everybody else is switching, want to know if you should switch. So hopefully this video is going to help that out. Alright, so most of you guys know that just about 2 years ago now, I switched to a Mac computer. It was December 2009 that I switched. Now, the reason I did is because simply I was fed up with Microsoft. Now, understand, I have long for years had a love-hate relationship with Apple. I was against Apple computers. I would never own one. I can tell you specific reasons why. At the time, they were proprietary. I had to learn a whole new system. Basically, I thought Apple, for lack of a better term, sucked. I got into all kinds of arguments with people who are Apple fanboys and the whole nine. The one thing I've always acknowledged, and you have to as well, is that they are good at what they do as far as video game production and movie production. Hollywood, and I posted an article, I think there was an article that was written in 2004 that was titled, "Even the Writers in Hollywood Uses Macs." Most of your films, not all of them, are produced by a Mac computer. Okay, people don't know that's not true because it's Adobe After Effects. Adobe After Effects has a program that runs on Apple computers. I know, I own it. Your video games, Apple computers. They're just easier to deal with, and yes, their programs are phenomenal. But for me as a PC user, I could not justify going to Apple. They were too expensive. They were proprietary. I mean, I had to buy all their software. It was just easier. So basically, in 2009, right in the middle of the year, I had got fed up. As you guys know, Windows Vista had already come out, and I made the most horrific decision in the world, which I never have done with any Windows software, and I upgraded to Vista right away. That was the big mistake. Vista rendered my computer basically useless. My video card didn't work correctly, my sound card was gone, among other things. I had to go out and buy a different networking card, the whole nine. If I didn't know or have the computer know-how that I do have, being an ex-technician, being an ex-computer builder, I would have just been dead. The average consumer would not have been able to come back from what happened to my computer. It took another 1 to 2 years before they came with Windows 7, and they said, what? Windows 7 is what Vista should have been, and it's going to fix everything. But by then, I was kind of tired. I had contracted over 27 viruses in less than a month from Windows, and that's just doing everything, basically easy, everyday stuff. Windows to me is a hole for viruses, and I'm not saying by any means that Apple cannot get a virus, but it is still noted to this day that Apple's the only computer, or Mac is the only computer that still to this day has never contracted a virus. So I started looking into some things. Let's talk about the real reasons. My production of my videos was very slow. It would take me 4 hours to render one video. Now, before you say, oh, because you had a crap computer, oh, no. I had top-of-the-line computer, top-of-the-line graphics card, top-of-the-line sound cards, as much RAM as you could fit, as big as hard drive as I could get. To be honest with you, since everybody keeps yelling, oh, Macs are more expensive than PCs, my PC that still sits in this corner of my room over here on my wife's desk, because she took it over, cost me more money by more than half than what my Mac did. I think my Mac, retail-wise, before I threw all the extras on there, would have ran me about $19.99, so let's say $2,000. My PC, top of the line from Dell, $5,000. Okay, so if anybody says that, I'm going to prove that that argument is not 100% true. So 4 hours producing a video, no matter what I did, shut down stuff. The processes of Windows is just horrible, and it seems like they just got worse over the years. And I've used every Windows platform from early Windows 3.1 all the way up to now, and it just seemed like year after year they just kept getting worse. The other thing I was looking at too was upkeep of a PC. At the time, I was running about 5 different PCs in my house. I had my PC, my wife had another PC before I gave her mine. I had 2 different laptops running up in here, and my father-in-law owns a PC. He lives with us upstairs in this room. Well, guess what? It was time to upgrade. As you guys know, Windows is notorious for making you have to upgrade to their newest version of whatever that it is. Well, you can't just buy one version and upgrade 5 computers. So in my case, I'm always upgrading to professional because I know what I'm doing. I don't want no limitations. I think it was like 220 bucks. So I didn't want to go buy that one and then have to turn on and go buy a home version. So I was going to put professional on all the computers. But you can't do that because it's 220 bucks a copy. Or 220 bucks for professional. I think it was like $199 or $99, something like that, for home. So I looked at all of this. And I finally had it with Windows. After all the viruses, after Vista was a bust, yes, 7 was a little better. And no matter what anybody says, I just felt like if I'm going to use a clone, I'm going to try the real thing. And I say that because Apple has produced a video that showed that what they were doing in OS 10, that Windows was copying them verbatim, some color schemes or whatever. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, well, Windows did this long before Apple did. Okay, well, I'm not here to debate that. All I can say is, from the video that I saw, which I think is favorited on my page, it was exactly verbatim what they were trying to do. So my number one problem was, if I go to a Mac, I got to learn all new keyboard schemes. What if I can't take a lot of the programs with me? So one of the things that helped me decide to go was that they came out and said, oh, wait a minute though. We'll let you run Windows on our PC. We're going to give you a program called Boot Camp built in. All you got to do is provide your own copy of Windows. I was sold. So I did a little bit more research. I got a hold of Phil. You know him as Bear. He's only used a Mac his whole life. I did research with him. I asked him a whole lot of questions. I did research on the computer as to programs and so on and so forth. That means I had to learn all new stuff to do my videos with and the whole 9. And my wife came to me and said, all right, look, one shot's all you got. We're going to get you a new computer. You do it right, do it wrong. This is the only shot you got. So after a lot of looking, I decided to go with Mac. Let's break down some of the key components of why I'm glad I went with Mac. Mac gives you everything you need to run their machine for free. Let me go back and let me kind of like emphasize on that. When you go buy a Windows PC, they'll give you Office, they'll give you Movie Maker, and they'll give you a whole lot of other programs. However, you only have like a 39-day trial of Office. You have to turn on and buy Office if you want to continue to use it after that trial is over. That can cost you, I think, in essence of what, 100, 150 bucks if you're a student, and more expensive than that if you're not. So you have to buy that. Movie Maker, for the things that I do, is a joke. It's very watered down. You can't do really good, decent editing on it, and you're pretty much stuck with what you have. Well, when I got the Mac, I got iMovie 10 free. Everything that comes with that. I got the latest and greatest QuickTime, which is their viewer. They gave me, I can't think what the bundle's called, but Keynote and all that good stuff came with it. So Keynote is like, if y'all want to do a presentation, and they gave me their version of what Word would be, or whatever the case is. All of that came for free. There was not a program in there that I looked at that didn't come with it. And they continue to do that. So every time they update these programs and you go buy a brand new Mac, it's free on the Mac. But here's the thing. It's a very minimal cost to me if I want to upgrade that. Let me give you an example. iMovie 11 just came out a few months ago. Now, I don't have to upgrade to iMovie 11, but there are some new features on there that I wanted. It cost me, I think, 50 bucks upgraded. That was it. But if I want to stick with 10, they support 10. If I want to stick with the current version of the OS 10, which I have Snow Leopard, I can hang with that. They're getting ready to come out with a brand new version, okay, pretty soon, but I don't got to upgrade to that if I don't wish to. So just the upkeep of Apple alone is cheaper. So if I had 5 Macs in my house right now, I can go pay, say I want to go and get the latest greatest OS 10. I go and give Microsoft, or Apple $100, and that $100 covers all 5 of my PCs, versus me going with a Microsoft machine, and it may cost me $220 per machine. So the upkeep for me on a Mac was a lot less expensive. The other thing that couldn't be touched is Apple Care. Now, people can say what they want to say about warranties, but I'm a big person. If I'm going to spend this kind of money, I'm getting a warranty. And everybody's always bragging about Apple Care. And I said Apple Care can't be all that good because every warranty service I ever used blew. Okay? Well, it's not the case with Apple Care. I'll give you my quick story on that. Somebody made comments saying, oh, you think Time Machine is the best. I'm going to do a video on Time Machine to show you why I think it's the best. I won't try to compare it to Raid or anything like that, but I will tell you that Time Machine is one of the most innovative ways of backing up your system where you don't really have to do anything. And then I'll give you more of the key features when I do my other video on how it saved my life. But back to my little story. About a month and a half ago, I decided I was going to call Apple Care because I did have an audio port in the back of my Mac that did push in. The audio port is where you would plug in external speakers or a headphone jack. So I called them up and they gave me this place called Valencia Mac out in Valencia, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. Drove my computer out there and the guy says your hard drive's failing and we got to replace that and we got to replace your port and you're going to be good to go. Oh, and my DVD machine. Well, they had told me make sure they replace your logic board. Your logic board is the center and the brain of what your Mac is. If that thing dies, you're finished. And that's a $1,000, fix just to buy the piece. Well, I told them that. They refused to fix it. They said it doesn't need, nothing else needs to be done to it. So I bring my computer home and 3 days later the port pushes in again. And now my Mac is worse than what it was. It's shutting down all by itself. So yesterday, I finally got around to it and I called Apple Care again. I told them that I was very disappointed that the guy said the logic board should be repaired from not only an Apple store, but also from Apple Care. So the guy said, we're going to run the diagnosis on it. He ran it and it came back and said, your logic board is bad. Long story short, because this guy wanted to give me excellent customer service, he's written a report up against Valencia Mac because they just didn't do the job they should have done, and this should have been taken care of before, and he's sending a technician to my house to finish it. Okay, I think I paid $180 for Apple Care for my Mac. And one repair, just with the hard drive, just with the DVD machine having to be repaired, and the port, I already got double, or not triple, what the warranty was. That was a $1,500 repair, easily. So I do say that I switched to them because I heard it there. Apple Care was the best, and it is. Understand again, I was a long hater of Apple. Yes, I used their iPods because the iPods was the best music thing out there going. I've had the iPhone since the first one ever came out. I still feel it's one of the best phones, if not the best smartphone that there is on the market, no matter how primitive people feel that it is. But I never would own a Mac. So my own personal reasons is because I was fed up after 20-something years with Microsoft. I was fed up with them keep making me switch. I was fed up with them keep coming out with OSs that never, ever, 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 ever seem to work with anything that's in your computer at all. And plus, I think that Mac has one of the best screens in the business. You can't get a better screen than what they offer you. So I know it's not everything, but I don't want to make this forever. But that is my key reason why I switched for me. It's better for my productivity. It's a better computer than what I had in my belief. And I would not change it or switch it for the world. All right, guys. You guys know how to reach me. CenaCorner.com. My website, CenaCorner.com. Twitter, Cena5401. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're going to switch to a Mac or what you think about Macs. But remember, there's not a Mac versus PC thing. Till next time, peace, love, keep rocking out. See you next time.